I did that whole Diane Abbott thing. I bought my Marks and Spencer gin. I got on the train and I was ready to party. I was very much like in Bridesmaid when she's drunk in the aisle of the plane, she's like, I am ready to party. That was exactly me. Hello, Danielle. How you doing?
Hello, hello, hello.
I
I'm
love
here.
that you. I love that you're now called fifth time, Dan. Because if anyone even know what we just went through, they'll be like, "What the hell?"
Look,
If they only knew.
sometimes it takes one time to record, sometimes it takes five. What
I
you do is you
know.
just roll with it. You make it work.
I love it. I love it. I love that we literally been like trying. But you know what? It is the first one. Things are gonna go wrong. Things are gonna break. Things are gonna go absolutely chaotic. And here we are, fifth time lucky.
I mean, I look forward to us both saying, it's the eighth time, things are going to go wrong. It's the 16th time, things are going to go wrong. Eventually, the shit will get together, but knowing me and you, it's going to be a while.
Exactly, exactly. It's like, but to be fair, we're getting more air at the minute. We're getting more airplay than Lana Del Rey, so that's good. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Me, Shady, never, never, never.
Coming right out the gate. Didn't even do an
Okay.
intro. Didn't say what you're listening to.
Oh God. So right. So let's introduce ourselves to the world. So I'm Nick, and
That's it.
yeah,
I'm Nick.
yes.
That's all
So
you
I'm
need to
Nick.
know. I'm Nick.
So I'm Nick. I'm currently in Liverpool, but I reside mainly in both London and Manchester. They all come my hometown. I have been friends with this lovely young man on the other side of on the other side of the 802, Daniel. We have been friends for like 6 years, 7 years,
I
six
mean, I got a
years.
few problems with this intro to start off with. Number one, you call me a lovely young man, which first of all is something only your grandma will call you, and my
Dan,
my nan never called me a lovely young man.
yeah, but you still
So,
look like a twink though. Like you still look like a
oh,
twink. That's the problem.
oh,
Like
you're setting me up for failure.
no, not at all. Because no, no, no. Because every single time I post a picture, and people are like, "Oh my God, your friend is so good looking," and I'm like, "Yes, I know." It's like you need to tell me my friend is good looking. I know he is a child.
What you need to do is go to my friend's page and tell him he's good looking. He appreciates that.
Oh, I hate sharing photos with you. Have you not realized this? I hate sharing photos with you. Every single time I share a photo, this is my very good friend. Someone will. I no. This is so. This is like an intro and an intro. I once introduced Dan as my best friend for his birthday on my Instagram story, which has like 9,000 followers. And I immediately had like seven messages like, "Oh my God, who is your friend? He's so good looking." I was like, "He's my best friend." And then someone who had the nerve to who even followed you had the nerve to say, "You're all right, but your friend's more good looking." Oh my God.
Oh,
I was like, "Are you for real? Are you for real?" And this said person, I can't say their name because it would just cause a drama. This said person has been like all up on your Instagram feed. And I'm like, "Oh, bitch, what are you doing?" I could see this.
well, you know
The
what? It is
mess.
what it is.
This is
Sometimes you come out of the womb and like everything just makes sense, and sometimes it doesn't. And I'm not to say which one I am. I'll let you know. I'll let the audience decide. But
some days you're
no,
the
I'm joking.
hydrant, sometimes you're the dog, you know?
Yeah.
It's a give and take world.
Are
Sometimes you
you?
drive to a castle in Durham and sometimes you go around the corner, you know. That's
Yeah.
just
I
how
mean,
the
and
day is.
sometimes if you want to check your eyesight, you go to the opticians.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
that's making too much sense.
I know, but but yeah, so that's the piece. So yeah, so basically, I and Dan have actually been planning this podcast for literally ages, and we have finally got it off the ground, and I am pleased to say we're 5 minutes in, and it's not broken yet. So amazing!
It's not broken, and we're 5 minutes in, and
I
we've just managed to get through your intro of yourself, which is
I
great.
know, which is great. A
And
great
also,
start.
in your intro of you, you mainly spoke about me.
I
So
know.
I'll try and give you the same. So I'm Dan. I live in London, work in London, was born in London, grew up not in London for a bit, came back. Um, I've known Nick since he got drunk in my house. And then we ran out of all the alcohol and we took a very long took a very long walk to
I
the closest
know.
corner shop, and we've been friends ever since.
I know. We walked for alcohol at 2 a.m. in the morning. And not only did we walked a mile and we were drunk. That's
Look,
the thing. That's the
when you
thing.
live in Bermondsey and you invite people round and they drink everything you've got in the house and you need to go out and get more, you just have to expect that you're gonna walk for hours. Okay,
But
you're gonna go in
you
the
know,
wrong direction.
yes,
You'll miss every open shop until you get to one that you are convinced
I
is there
know.
and isn't, and then you just have to make do.
You know what? Thinking about it now, we did pass a lot of shops on the way, but why did we not go into them? I do not know.
I
We
believe it's
just
called
went
closing hours. I think they were all closed. It was 2 a.m.
It was 2 a.m. But this is London, the city that never sleeps. Unlike the north. No offense, I love the north, but shops close early up here. That's just how it is. That's just the tea. It is what it
And
is. But
welcome
yeah,
to shops close early up here.
I know. But it's really funny, right? So I met Dan because I used to have a show. I used to work I had my own radio show, in London at East London Radio Station. Big up to the boys down there, Aaron and Ian. And I met one of Dan's best friend, who's also my very very good friend, Mel. And she introduced me to Dan, and then
Shout
from
out.
since there we have always been very good friends. So shout out to you, Mel. You're probably gonna listen back and be like, "Oh my God, shout out, hey boo."
Big
Um,
shouts.
big shout.
Melis
So like, no, you know
killing the
how to do like,
game.
I know, killing the game from the 0161 to the old wherever the London call code is. What is it? Is it
020.
like 020? Yeah, 020. Yeah. No, oh my God, I sound like Big Shaq, one of those London rappers. Big Shaq.
I promise you don't. I
Oh my
promise you
God.
don't.
Let me have my moment. Jesus. God. So yeah, so we have been planning this for ages, and we literally, like, I said to Dan, I was like, we never really had the time. To be fair, we're like, we both live busy lives. Like, Dan is like busy doing his marketing stuff, his student stuff, and he's a really busy girl. And I am I've been studying. Like, I'm studying, I work, I go to the gym, I post TikToks. Life is grand. I have such a busy life, you know. And here we are, giving the world the 802. So the 802 was actually an idea that Dan and I came up with, which is really interesting because the backstory is, the 802 is the National Express coach from London to Liverpool, but it stops in Manchester, which is a great concept, because that's basically how our friendship works. Because we meet in London, we meet in Liverpool, we meet in Manchester. We're always one, like, area of postcode away from each other, which is dead nice.
We bounce from one to the other. Sometimes
Oh,
one of us, and I'm not naming names here, but he knows who he is, bounces down to London and doesn't tell another one of us. So we've got to find out about it on Instagram later. Um, I'm not saying who does that. I'm not mentioning anybody, but
you
Nick, you
better
know who
not.
you are.
Oh my God. Why you have to read me so loudly on this podcast? I'm going to hang up this phone. I'm going to, like, cut my wigs up, and I'm going to come find you.
Where are you going to cut your own wigs up?
Because I need to camouflage.
Oh,
I
oh,
just
so
got
we're getting rid of the length to make a bang, so that you
exactly.
can, at least if you're going to come attack me, you look as deranged as possible.
Exactly, because I'm
Love it.
going to dress up like a tree outside your house, and I'm going to be like, wait for you to go for your morning run, and then that's it, game over.
You'll be waiting a long time for my morning run.
We know, we know, we know,
Woo!
we
I
know,
have
man.
if one thing you'll just need to know about me is my face may be like, I don't know, 22 years old. My knees are 82. They don't work. Whenever I ask them to do anything, they sit slowly in a chair, probably smoking a pipe, and just refuse to move.
The
They've put in
only
the work throughout their long life that they deserve a rest. Okay.
Do you know what's really funny? The only time I've ever seen you do any cardio is running for a night bus and um spewing out of your window at your birthday party. So
Oh no!
that's
Oh, we're going straight in.
we're going straight. So
Okay,
that was a moment. A
okay,
moment was
right.
had, Danielle.
I feel like I'm gonna save that story for another episode. Once
Yes,
people know me a
yes,
little bit better.
yes, yes, yes.
Um,
We don't want people not to view it and be like, oh my god, what are they talking about? So
yeah.
let's leave that for like episode 3 or 4. But that's the tea. But just know that D- Daniel have some legendary moments that we will not speak of right now because this ain't a Jeffree Star
We're
podcast
not
per
right
se.
at the point of exposing me
Yeah,
yet. We'll
yeah,
get there. We will
yeah,
get there.
yeah. We don't
Stories
hate
will
to
be shared.
the receipts are there, but let's not bring it out just yet. Let's just give the people something to listen to from the get go, and then
Yeah.
be like, okay, no, this is the tea. Let's get it in.
And
Um,
all you need to know, really, the conclusion
yeah,
of that story is if it's your birthday and you tell people to bring bottles of Prosecco, you don't have to drink all of them.
true, true.
That's
You know
just a
what?
little word of
You
warning.
know, you know what's really funny about that, and this is a bit off topic, but I'll just bring it in, and then you
I
will
mean,
figure
has
it
that
out.
actually been a topic yet?
No, it's not. But let's just talk about the fact, right? So, right. So let's get this out of the way real quick. So that day I won an award at my student representative union at my university, and it was Dan's birthday. I was like, I'm going to London, so I literally got the train down, and I did that whole Diane Abbott thing. I bought my Marks and Spencer gin. I got on the train, and I was ready to party. I was very much like in Bridesmaid, when she's drunk in the aisle of the plane, she's like, I am ready to party. That was exactly me. So I'm like, on the train, getting all bougie, getting all crunk and shit. Got to London, and the second I opened Dan's door, Dan's like, hi, Prosecco. And I'm like, oh my God. It wasn't even a minute inside his house. I was like, okay, great.
Hey, if
And that
you
was
had to
it.
wait a minute for Prosecco, you waited a minute too long. At
But
my
you know
birthday
what?
party, you're walking through the door, you're being handed a drink,
It's
and everything is going to be okay.
it's very much Kesha, the party don't stop till I walk in. But in your field, it's more like you're the host with the mostest. So it's like, oh, you're here, drink. I was like, okay. And I didn't even have a minute to blink. I was like in the gig, we were on, and you know what? I have to admit, Daniel, that was one of the best house parties I have ever been to. And I have to admit though, like view listeners, I'm gonna tell you now, if you have not been to a Daniel Paddington James house party, you have not lived. And that's not me like trying to like give you the tea, but that's the tea. Your house is the tea, and but you know what? You know what's also very nice, the fact that your flatmates are always one for a party as well. So that was nice.
I mean, they
That
could
was
turn
nice.
up when they need to. They know the
Yeah,
score. They have a good
yeah,
time. The
yeah.
thing is,
They
if you're throwing a party, and like we've all been to it, we've all been to a house party where you walk in the door and it's kind of like it's awkward. You don't really know that many people. Everyone's standing around, and like so, very well known fact about me: if I'm at a party and I'm stuck in a conversation where we have to go, so what do you do for work? What do you do for work? I will blatantly tell you to your face, I do not care. And please ask me a more exciting, interesting question, because I've
I
got what
know.
3-4 hours around these people. I don't want to know what you do for a job. I'm not going to remember. I probably won't
No,
remember your name.
no.
And if it's anything like it was at my birthday party, I won't remember about half the night. But
True, true,
so
true.
just like when you throw a party, you are responsible for setting the tone and how you want people
Exactly.
to engage and have fun with each other. And
Very much
if
so.
you walk into my party and I hand you a drink and I intro you to somebody and everyone's having a drink and having a laugh, and those that don't drink can have juice, we are welcoming to everybody at a damn
We
party.
are. Yeah, we
It's
are a
just all about
very
setting that tone.
yeah, I think we're very open to whatever. If you want to drink water, you do it. If you want to drink, soda water, you do your thing. If you want to drink some espresso, espresso martini, do. It's always
I
it's
mean, but
always
you're
very
bringing
open.
it. If you
Yeah,
want an espresso martini, bring it yourself,
yeah,
please. I don't know
yeah,
how to
yeah.
make them.
Because we ain't got the time to be mixing drinks in. No, like I'm telling you now. I briefly remember making a pink gin and lemonade at like 2:15 in the morning, and I cannot remember anything from that moment.